Hello, everybody. Welcome to the OG Nerds podcast. We are the OG3. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely wife, Alyssa, and our best friend, Spencer SGS. How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty solid. It's been a long week, with a lot of ups and downs, a lot of things changing, but other than that, doing pretty solid.
Okay. Babe, how are you doing?
Feel dead inside.
God
Lovely.
damn.
Okay.
Let's all feel dead inside and see what's going on this week,
Absolutely.
There's a bunch
Absolutely.
of things going on. Uh, I don't want to start off, but I'll start off right now. Take the reins a little bit here, because I know you want to talk about something too. Uh,
Mhm.
Phil Spencer has come out and I want to say basically admitted defeat to Nintendo or PlayStation, but I just think it's hilarious and how he came on that. It was the XCast podcast, whatever, and was like making great games or like making games in general won't get people to sell their PlayStation or Nintendo. And it's like the point here is not to get them to sell the console. The point here is to get them to buy the Xbox. Like that's like the thing that he should be most worried about, how to sell this piece of content, is this console. And
Right.
that's why I think I like to mention a lot of that Game Pass is like I feel like over time when Xbox Game Pass starts to become a more relevant thing, it's kinda like when Netflix came out and like it was like blowing up. Everyone wanted to have Netflix, so like it was like the prime time place to go get like a bunch of content, which Game Pass is doing now. But like they're gonna plateau here soon, and like I'm just worried that like that's gonna have a tremendous effect on like Xbox as a whole. We always see how Redfall came out; it was terrible. I'm just like, Phil, my man, like just make great games. Like they don't have to be like Sony or Nintendo. Just make something that like gives some source of like confidence that people at Xbox are actually like doing things to make the console better, rather than dropping Redfall as it was and being like, oh well, like I take full responsibility for it, and like the console, like the game wasn't very supported by Xbox. I'm like, then why the hell did you make Redfall such a extreme you marketed Redfall heavily, and the people like what's it called? Was it high? It's like high hit something or something like that. It's like released on Game Pass by Bethesda,
Yeah.
and like it was a super like it's
High
a
Five Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. That was a ghost
Yeah.
drop, and like people loved that game. Obviously, it didn't do tremendously, but like it just shows you that there's people who can make great games on ideas that never been talked about or played, and it's like, bro, like I'm just like makes me feel so unsure about the future of Xbox and all that, especially since like everything nowadays gets dropped and it's like crap and stuff like that. Like what was it? Jedi Survivor we talked about last time. We talked about EA and like their unwillingness to actually produce something that's not garbage at launch and actually produce something that's actually good and actually can thrive. I feel like the only games that actually get like produced great and like get launched in a state where everyone wants to play them are like battle royales. Like, I remember Apex dropping, that shit blew up. Like everyone was playing Apex, and now it's like I never hear about Apex anymore. Or like Alyssa mentioned last week, how like EA just drops these packs or these packs with like different cosmetics and stuff like that, and it's like I don't want to spend like over $200 for these packs and just have a broken ass game. Why would I do that?
Right, yeah. I feel you on that. I mean, from what I've been
Mm.
hearing, Jedi Survivor is like pretty good on console, but like a garbage PC because it's not optimized.
No,
And
yeah,
it's not like they didn't take into account that several thousand like million people have different hardware, so like it's like no one can play it on there, but people are fine playing it on like PlayStation and Xbox, really mostly.
no. No, most definitely.
Um,
And the question, I think the question is everyone should be asking is like, why are they trying to build a game it's only supporting a single GPU? Like they should be. I always think that games should always be optimized for medium, low to medium high end cards. Because like if you think about it, like majority of people right now, people have a 3060 in their computer. I don't know a few, not a few, but there's quite a handful of people who have 4090s or the 40 series, but more majority have the 30 series, and they're like, oh, like having a 4090 should be good enough. I'm like, I shouldn't have to go out and spend $1,000, almost $2,000 on a GPU. That last year I spent almost $1,000 on a 3090, and it should just do the same thing, you know. But I
right.
don't know. It is weird. I think games are just being dropped more and more lately in really bad states. Like you said, the EA has like dropped the one console, but like it's just so weird because like I think we're at the point where it's like 60 and 1080p at 60 is it should be native now. Like we're in the year
Yeah.
2023, and that should be the staple. Like I understand like not like hitting like 4K is difficult. Like 1440p is pushing it, but 4K seems out of the question when you can't even get 1080p at 60 at a stable frame rate. You know?
Right. And I think it's kind of funny that you say that because it's like we have all these consoles and computers that like, oh, they do 4K HDMI 2.1, they can do the frames and the resolution and HDR and all this stuff. And then they're like, oh no, this game is going to be locked 30 FPS and yep, that's how it's going. And I'm like,
Which,
really?
dude, is
Really?
dude, it makes no sense whatsoever. Like every single like since this conversation before this console generation came out, the hype was 1440p, 120, 4K 60. All future games on these consoles are gonna be optimized for that. I'm like, the only people who actually almost stay true to this guidance is Sony, and they're dropping games at the games. I'm being like showing off how their enhancements and also like how well they can optimize their games. Obviously, Last of Us on the PC was a shit show. It's still bad to this day. I think they're trying to fix it now, but it's still bad. And it's like, dude, like I don't know why like people are so fond of dropping a mess onto the market and expecting it to be okay. Like, I understand what big corporations can do that because like they have the fun, they have the money to do that. But unlike like small indie developers who like have to drop a game in a great state, if they don't, it can be ass. It can be really bad for them. And so it's just I don't know. I feel like AAA games are low key dying now. You know, because like I feel like every time a new one releases, it's always like it's either unplayable on PC or the console version is like fucking like 720p at like 25 frames a second. It's like I don't know what they want from us. Like, did they just want us to slow our race and like here take blood sacrifice for them to actually do something right? Am I gonna have to pray to Jesus and ask that man up there to shout some sense into these people? Almost God, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully things get better. Uh, but it's one of those things that we just kind of have to hope and pray that they listen to their audiences and see what's happening and
Of
like
course,
fix it themselves. But
of course.
um, in some better news,
Yes,
Zelda:
please.
The Tears of the Kingdom comes out tomorrow, and I know that's gonna be something that a lot of people are gonna be doing. So that's gonna be fun. And as far as that goes, I know I'm picking mine up. It should be arriving tomorrow through Amazon, and I'm gonna be trying to get my hands on a collector's edition myself. So
Sounds fire. No, I'm super excited for. I'm gonna go grab a copy tonight at GameStop. Probably play a couple hours of it tonight. I was having a conversation today with Tucker. We were talking about like post. I was like postponing a video that I'm working on right now. I'm like maybe like halfway done with the game right now, and I'm just like, I low key so I can't stop playing this game and go play Zelda, you know, and like. I think I think the biggest thing about this game is that like I love this other series and like I Tucker I don't want to speak for you but I feel like you love it
yeah,
also as well just as much as I do and like I feel like it's just like this is the one game that like Nintendo's dropping and like I don't like keep going I'm still like a broken record now but like Like I know it's like 30 FPS at like 1080p, but like the content that they give us is so phenomenal. And that's one reason why I love Breath of the Wild. You know, at least in a great state where it's like it's not high end nor is it bad. It's right in that sweet spot where everyone just loves. And like I can give or take. You know, and this is why I love Nintendo. They do some shady stuff, 100%, but like they know how to sell you a game, and it's not with the console, but with like the game itself. Like
Right.
on God, like if they Nintendo turn around and say, "I want to put Breath of the Wild on PC right now on Steam." Oh God, that thing would blow up. I'm telling you right now, if Nintendo ever was going broke, if they would start releasing PC ports of things, that would go crazy. And I think
Well,
that's how well those other sells, you know.
and that's why I think a lot of people, when they want to play it to like the best of its ability. Some, I mean, like me, like I kind of deal with it. I play it on the Switch, but some people they will buy the copy, and then they'll take the like their cartridge and they'll copy the ROM or whatever off of it, and then
Yeah,
they'll
they
like
dump
put
it.
it
Yeah.
through 4K whatever enhancing. And I mean, watching some videos of like people do that is pretty cool, like what Nintendo could achieve looking at that, you know, if they did that, which I'm not gonna like say like, oh, they need to do that, because clearly they don't need to. That their stuff sells like hotcakes all the time.
Oh, 100%.
But like it would be nice to see maybe the Switch 2 or Switch Pro or whatever they plan on doing after this OLED, if it would be at least like 1440p 120 or 60, and maybe even 4K. Like if it could do that, that'd be amazing. But like I think a lot of people right now, mostly because the performance is kind of there, even though it's locked 30. If they
Yeah.
could bump it up to 60 and maybe increase the resolution on just a tad, they'd be golden.
Oh, dude, like honestly, like you're not trying to sell a PlayStation or Xbox. I mean, you're trying to sell a Nintendo console. Nintendo consoles always had a gimmick to it. And from the Wii from the Wii U to the Switch, it's always an idea of portability. You know, I mean, obviously you can't move around with the Wii U because like it's very limited to how far you can get away from the base. But like, I think it's really interesting that like rather than going towards going like think about look at Xbox and PlayStation like from the Xbox One era, like going forward, they're always talking about quality and trying and improve like you know visuals and stuff like that. Nintendo's always been about innovation. You know, it's always been about like what gimmick can we like you know sell. And that's the beauty about the Switch is that the Switch is just this portable console that allows us to walk around with it, take it with them somewhere without having to drag like a HDMI cord, power cord with them and stuff. But they can play it like handheld mode. And like I watched this really great video the other day. I wish I could remember the guy's name, but he was talking about how like he doesn't believe that the next console will be a Switch Pro. Like people saying he thinks that Nintendo are gonna move away from the Switch, just because like he feels that because Nintendo's whole brand is gimmicks and stuff like that, and like it makes a lot of sense too. And which I would be pretty happy about, especially since like if Nintendo would kind of rebrand something to a different console rather than because I feel like having a home console and a handheld are very two different things. I think will actually be better. Don't get me wrong, I love my Switch deeply, but I feel like once you try it's like look at the Steam Deck. You know, the Steam Deck is a portable PC. You can do 1080p 60. That like I think you can probably push 120 if you really can. But like that thing right there struggles, and that's like what $500 or something like that. And Switch is only like $299. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, if Nintendo is gonna go that route where they think about, oh well, we want to increase the Switch price to let's say $499 to keep it matched with the Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think it's gonna be a portable console anymore. I think they're gonna if they really want to, if they're going to it, they're gonna invest into actually a home console. You know, a console that's gonna sit there and stay there. Maybe keep the
Yeah.
Switch more viable, but I feel like that's something they can do, you know. I just honestly they didn't go any route. Nintendo's a great company when it comes to making games. You know, their PR stuff not very great with them striking down Point Crow and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
them making games is like them like excuse my French, but taking a golden shit. Like on God. If you took a poop and someone put Nintendo on it, someone's gonna buy it. That's how crazy it is. You know? Unlike Xbox
Yeah.
and Sony, because we've seen Xbox, like it's a Redfall, drop in terrible state. Everyone's just dogging on it. And so is Sony, you know, with the release of what's it called? For Spoken, like that was dog, and everyone just shouted. Nintendo dropped a 3-game bundle of Mario games, and they're poorly optimized. It made no sense whatsoever to have these two there, but they still made a crap ton of money. It just goes to show you that Nintendo knows the formula, but I just don't think they're gonna be like, oh, well, like we should enhance the Switch. I don't know if they're gonna do that. I have a deep feeling they're not gonna do that.
I mean, like, if they're not gonna do that, and let's say they move away from the Switch, I think they should probably stick with cartridges because I just think I don't know cartridges.
I agree.
They're good, but also if they're gonna do that, they need to have. I'm gonna say it's a must. They should have backward compatibility because like there's no way like I'd probably end up getting it, but like it's almost like ridiculous to not have that nowadays. It's like I should be able to play my Switch games on whatever your next console is.
Well,
Because
that's the 100%. I mean, Xbox isn't doing that, right? Backwards compatibility with their games, and
Yeah.
people. That's like one of their selling features. People are like, why would I go buy a PlayStation if I want to play my PlayStation 3 games? I can't go buy a PlayStation 4, you know, because it won't work, or a 5.
Right.
If I buy a Series X right now, there's almost 100 plus titles of Xbox 360 games and Xbox games.
Most of the ones people want.
Is it most of the ones that are
they're not all
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
No, exactly. They want the ones that people play. You know, they can go grab some like fucking shitty one that did terrible. But yeah, this is what everyone wants. No, but like it just goes to show to you that like a backwards compatibility works great. Look at the Nintendo was it Pass or like the expansion or whatever.
Yeah, their plus plan, whatever it is, expansion
Dude,
pass.
on God, my friend and I went half, but I spent 40 we together. Spent $80 so I could just play Game Boy games on my Switch. Literally,
I've thought about it, but it's like it's kind of crazy. I don't know.
Honestly, personally, if people really that desperate for that kind of like portability on their Switch, I would 100% go online and invest into like a little handheld. You can probably spend like $50 and get a decent one that runs like Game Boy games like at good quality, high quality, and stuff like that. Rather than paying like an $80 a year or paying like almost like $30 a year for that kind of thing, you know. It's just because like it's so easy to move ROMs and stuff like that because the Game Boy is not that demanding. And which it is a bunch of different things that Nintendo does right and also does wrong. I feel like that's like the one thing that everyone should want, you know, backwards compatibility. If I plug in Breath of the Wild into that Switch Pro, I better be getting fucking like 4K or 60 FPS at most, so 1440p. What are the console supports? Because that game isn't very demanding, you know. And it's so well optimized that even at like the hardest points, it still almost locks at 30 FPS, which is fantastic. I think that's what we all want from a console, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think like I think they should move away from that expansion pass thing and make the virtual console again. Do that for the next console or whatever, and I will straight up buy like a digital copy of some of those older games just to play it on whatever their console is.
No, but that's the thing though. Like everyone loved, dude. On my 3DS, like I bought almost all the like Gen 1 Pokemon games because they're on Virtual Console. I was like, this is lit. I really bought. I have what's it called? Minish Cap for my Game Boy. I have the physical cartridge, like the real one, and like I fucking bought it for my Wii U because I wanted to play it. You know, so it's like people want this stuff. It's like I don't know if Nintendo's being greedy and they want a subscription service and stuff like that. Which I kind of feel like it is. If you think about it, if you sell a subscription service to people, and the things are on it, they want to play it, they're gonna buy it. I think it's the idea of FOMO. The fear of missing out, and which is like fucking incredible because like Nintendo over here. I want to say right now. Like today, I was at work, right? I was doing my work, chilling, but then I saw a video pop up on my thing, being like, "Legends of Tears of the Kingdom, like, it's fantastic." I watched like the first like 5 minutes of this spoiler-free review, and the first 5 minutes, I was sold. I watched this guy do the gameplay. I was like, I gotta play this. Like, I don't want to be like waiting like 3 or 4 weeks until I finally get into it, and be like, damn, I'm like way behind. Which I'm not. I want to be mad at, but like, they do it so well. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or like them like making limited copies, like the Super Mario 3D All Star thing. But like, they do such a great job, like 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's always with Nintendo. It's like I need to get it now kind of thing.
No, most definitely. It's like the idea is that you don't want to miss out. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be
And
like,
that stuff, it always hikes up in price because everybody wants it after it's come out.
yep,
And like just today, whenever I was watching this video by Austin John Plays
yeah,
about the like 55 or however many amiibo costumes for Tears of the Kingdom
yeah,
and items. Um, it was like most of these can be obtained throughout the game, but like if you have the amiibos, you can get them early.
yep,
But then there's like the sail cloths, the hang glider cloths
yep,
that
yep.
are exclusive to amiibos. You have to have the amiibos to do that. So either you have the physical amiibo or you get like the an NFC card or whatever it is.
Yeah, I
Um,
highly suggest like on Amazon. There's like because I know like all the amiibos that I think Nintendo came out with that actually have a physical effect in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the
yeah,
Kingdom. There's a little card, like you said, in the in what's it called
there's like a collection of NFC
thir-
cards that I saw.
$13, and like
Yeah,
you don't
like
have to go spend like what was it? Wolf Link was like it's like $100 now. I'm like hell.
yeah, like I would love to get the physical amiibos if I could, but I think I might just get the NFC cards so I can get those because I was like, man, I really want those hang glider cloths for
Yeah,
some
I do
reason.
too. Like that, like that. You're gonna see it every time you jump from a building. That's pretty much it. There's no other effect to the game. It's like, why do you want some of
Yeah,
that? Whoa, well, it's like it's Zelda, baby. You sold me Zelda. Now I don't think it's Zelda. I have a fucking tattoo on my body with Link. So like, I feel I'm at the point where I'm going beyond, uh, what's healthy or not.
right.
But yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say um I kind of wanted to see what Alyssa had to say today and just see if there was anything she wanted to talk about. No? Okay. Well, um I did want to bring up just something that I've been kind of interested in lately.
Go for it.
And I've been playing more Modern Warfare 2 for anybody that's into that. The
Okay.
new Call of Duty. Um, and the new season 3 Reloaded came out. I think it just dropped maybe today or yesterday. And that's just like I guess it's their like mid-season refresh they do a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have like new maps, like a hatchery map from the DLC. Um, and you got new calling cards, obviously weapon changes. And so I think that's cool that they're doing that. I heard something about like an automatic um what's it called? Desert Eagle, like a fully
Uh-huh.
automatic 50 GS Desert Eagle, which is interesting. So I think that's pretty cool. They also have a throwing star now as like lethal equipment.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. But that's what I've been doing recently in terms of like multiplayer games. But I've also Been thinking about getting back into Satisfactory, which is one of my favorite games. So
No, I heard a lot about that game. You talked about that last week, and it sounds really interesting, especially since the devs are continuing supporting it and actually listening to the community. You know.
yeah, I was watching a or listening to a video earlier today about the new update changes that they're doing for this next update, and it's like they're reworking a big section of the map, and
Oh, really?
pretty excited about that. Yeah, like full foliage changes, um, terrain changes, adding bioluminescence to caves and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that sounds super interesting. I mean, I never personally played Satisfactory, but I've seen these one guys play, and it looks really fun. I was thinking for myself, like, I feel like I'll go crazy because, like, half the time, like, my brain's like, "Where's gun? Want to shoot gun?" You know?
They do have a guns in the game now.
Did you
Actually,
just tell me I'm shooting guns right now? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to buy it. I'm gonna try that shit out. I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They have like a nail gun, and then they have like this
What
other.
the fuck? This
They
sounds
also have
lit.
they also have nukes in the game.
Bro, sign me up! Damn,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in. Gotta be reenacting some history stuff here. I like that. But yeah, no, I think lately I should mostly been playing though. Like I don't know, people probably heard Watch Dogs and I've been playing a lot of that, but now I'm probably gonna take a break on it. Got grind out that Tears of the Kingdom. I was thinking about waiting for like the last like maybe like a couple weeks and then like play it because like no, the more information how to do things. So like, I get lost a lot and I'm not very. I don't find myself to be very smart when it comes to puzzles. So usually I have to like type in old Google like I'm retarded. How to do this puzzle in like Breath of sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. I keep saying Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, and like. That was my whole thing, but now I'm like, dude, I'm like so hyped for it now. I'm like, I still gotta edit my video. I still gotta do all this stuff now. I'm like, damn, like this game came at the worst possible time in my life right now. I'm so goddamn busy.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I know, yeah, like you said, I'm gonna be helping you out with that one video, but it's good to take a break from that because it'll be good to cover this game while it's new,
No,
especially
it's, I
since
mean,
Watch Dogs is kind of old.
I think the biggest thing though, like I take from this is that like I don't want to treat my channel as a review channel. You know what I mean? I don't like the idea that like I don't. I was like I'm not very like what's it called? I don't. What's I'm not intelligent, but I don't feel very. I don't have like the skills to sit there and actually like depict something as like people should like. Oh well, like yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think personally, like I think I made a technically a review, but it wasn't really a review. I wasn't telling the gripes, the bad and the goods about it. I was going to talk about like my experience with it and like how it was, and my point of view. And I think that what it comes down to like making reviews and stuff like that. I just don't feel like I think with Breath of the Wild, like I want to sit down and actually like do everything and just see how I feel about it, and make a video like that rather than like, oh well, like here's my review. No, I personally feel like it's a lot better than trying to tell someone what to do with their money. Because I personally feel like they should honestly try the game first and don't like it, return it or something like that, or try to sell it. I know a lot of times people are like, oh well, like IGN videos sold me on this game. I'm like, yeah, it happens to all of us, but like I feel like it's better because I feel like when people like get, like there's other copy reviews, like they're incentivized to talk good about the game, and which is like kind of shitty. Because I'm not saying that people do this, but like it's just known that like if you talk shit about a game that like Nintendo, like if you talk shit about them, like they're not gonna help you out anymore. And like and that's the sort of thing that kind of is like the people are being paid off, which is I'm not saying that it's happening, but it seems like that could happen. And I don't like that. I like the idea of being free to do what I want without repercussions of like the studio being like, oh, well, like you don't like it, then screw you, blacklisted. And I think that's the most important thing, keeping your integrity, and making sure that like everything you do and say is to your standards and how you feel about that certain product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. it's one of those things where it's like you should always form your own opinion over. It's like movie reviews. You have to form your own opinion. You can't just look at the reviews and like, if this person says it's good, then it has to be good. Well, there might be some people you trust their opinion. That's fine,
No,
but
most definitely.
like, you're not gonna know if you like something unless you do it for yourself. So
Exactly. Trying new food. It's like when someone says hands me this weird. It's like it's a weird fruit, right? I'm like, that was not like appetizing whatsoever. And someone's like, oh yeah, it's super delicious. It's super good. You should try it. Take a bite of it. I hate it. Then I know. I'm like, I thank God I tried it because like if I didn't try it, I'd be thinking my whole time, why the fuck did I not try this goddamn fruit? You know? And so it's just that sort of like thinking that I kind of like came from like watching review. I stopped watching review videos to be honest. Like I started watching review videos and movie reviews because I felt like they were actually affecting me negatively than actually positively. Like I remember playing Watch Dogs on the 360, right? I loved it. And then when it came on Xbox One, like, everyone was thrashed on it, saying like it's like nothing new. It's just released for Xbox One. And playing it now, I'm like, wow, like I actually really like this game. You know, and I'm actually having a lot of fun playing Watch Dogs, and like I think that's like the biggest thing because like I think a lot of people tend to stir the pot and tend to try to fit the narrative of what everyone else is talking about. Because if you think about it, if you watch a lot of videos, like a lot of people complain about being like plagiarized and stuff like that, and being like, oh, well, like he's surprised. I'm like, technically, like yes, there's a limit to what people say. That can be said about a game, but like half the time, you guys are all just regurgitating the same thing. You know, it's like I just about that one thing that everyone likes, and it's like it's gonna overlap with each other. I mean, I've seen videos of people like completely steal like scripts and just go off that, but like I personally feel like people should definitely go out and like Here's a Kingdom. Like I think it's like a 96 right now on Metacritic. It was just phenomenal, you know. I'm pretty sure IGN is about to drop their review and give it a 10/10, like hands down. Cause like, why wouldn't they? Or Breath of the Wild didn't Breath of the Wild get a 10/10 score? I think it
if
did.
not, it was close.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a perfect game, and I think that's the biggest thing with like Nintendo games and stuff like that. It's like I feel like people should play it first and then actually like give their feedback. You know, I hate when people like watch a video and like, oh, it looks trash, looks mid. I'm like, just play the game. Like, if you honestly are you just bugged out by a game being bad, then we're gonna try it out first, and then determine if it's bad or good. And that's the like I said, that's the reason why I don't like listen to reviews. I think people are very skewed and don't like the idea of actually trying it. You know?
Yeah, I don't know why like people are afraid to try games. I mean, I get like that's like money you have to spend to try
Yeah.
it nowadays. There's not very many like demos anymore, so you can't
No.
really
Yeah.
do that, but like it's worth at least trying the game, especially like many Nintendo games, like performance isn't the issue like a lot of the time. Like yeah, there's a few frame drops here and there. It's not unplayable though. Like even like I think we talked about this the first episode, but Scarlet and Violet, yeah, they run like ass in some areas, but they're not unplayable. Like you can still play and have a good time, and the story's there, and it's fun. But like, if the game's unplayable, I get why people wouldn't want to play it.
I do want to say one thing though, because I gotta get going here, going. But I watched this TikTok today. And the guy was talking about Tears. He's like recording a video for Tears of the Kingdom. He's like, I can't believe I'm about to return Tears of the Kingdom. This game has like 30 FPS and like it's giving me a migraine. I'm like, it's Nintendo. Like, what do you expect? Like, you expect them to drop a fucking like 1080p 60 FPS solid? No. Like, Nintendo's hardware has been known to have crappy hardware. This is how it is. And I just think it's weird that people have this expectation of Nintendo making a smooth game. I'm sorry. Like, only smooth game I've ever seen Nintendo make was either Splatoon or Mario Odyssey. Those two games were like perfectly optimized because they're so smooth and because they have to be precise with them. Like they're so smooth, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's weird that like people expect 60 from Nintendo. I mean, I think it'd be nice, but it's like
I
that
think people need to
Nintendo's
lower their
tech
expectations.
is behind clearly. But it's good. Like it runs what they're trying to do. So
As I'm telling you, like if you look at all the consoles in the generation right now, Switch has been going on for a long time. Xbox changed the console Series X, PlayStation 5, and like the only thing they can sell right now is that the console can do 1440p at 120 or 4K at 60. You know, that's what they're selling. They're not selling us quality. They're not selling us content. They're selling us on quality. You know, and which Sony can deliver, Xbox has not delivered yet. Well, that's just the biggest thing. Nintendo doesn't do. It's crazy. Nintendo's like dead in the fucking middle. There's Nintendo. Like, no, actually, no. Nintendo is like way on the fucking right side of content because they know that their games sell and that they can, like I said, they can label a piece of poop with Nintendo and someone's gonna fucking buy it because they know their audience.
yeah, I mean, like if they even stopped doing hardware and they just sold games, like people would still buy it. In fact, probably more people would buy it if I'm being
You know what I'm
honest with
saying?
you.
Nintendo was like, yeah, we're bankrupt. We need to start making more money. Like, how can we do that? Xbox, PlayStation, a PC, they would become a third party brand. And probably one of the biggest third party brands ever. Probably bigger than Ubisoft or EA. 100%. Because like
Yeah.
their content fucking sells and it's incredible and I love it. I want to buy more. Here, take my money. I want a broken console.
Yeah, right.
I want a shitty console. I was like, why not? If I can put Legend of Zelda or Mario, fuck it.
Right. As long as I can play my Nintendo games somewhere, I don't care.
Exactly. It's a win-win for everybody. But yeah, I got cut out real quick. So um, I had fun. Thank everyone for listening. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you follow us on our social medias and all our accounts. I'll be linking those in the description if you're on YouTube. And you can be sure to visit our links in anywhere that you can find them down below. So thank you all again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.